Hey, how you doing? Nope, my name's not Lou. I'm the lawnmower lady, and I like fixing small engines. Today's video is going to be on this Honda mower. It's a lady. I fixed her mower last year for her. Basic tune-up when I consulted my highly technical database of what I did last year. Her pull cord was kind of sticking. There was water and debris in her carb bowl, and I just did a basic tune-up and a carb clean. But she sent me a text recently that says, here's what happened. Yard was tall and still damp. I know, she said, in parentheses. I had brand new gas in it. Most of the yard got done. It stopped and would not turn over. Let it sit a day and it turned over, but only went about 3 minutes before stopping and not turning over again. I responded, it's probably bad gas. Don't know, but let's see if we can figure out what's going on. I hope it's not that she just left the fuel tap off. So the mower in question is a Honda, I don't know, HR something or other. I'll figure that out later. Exposed to some pretty dusty and dirty conditions. I do notice that the fuel tap is off, which is good, and I hope that's not the only problem. But I'm going to turn that tap on, pull off the air filter. I'm sure it's pretty dirty. Well, shockingly, it's not that bad. Just some no oil, just a little bit of dust and dirt in there. That's a shocker. I figured it would be worse, in worse condition. I'm going to turn the fuel tap on, see what happens. And to eliminate one common problem, I can see that the choke butterfly is closed. If there was a problem with wax thermocouple, because this is the easy start version, that would be open if the choke was not working. So I think we're good there. Although she said she was mowing perhaps some damp grass, a look under the skirt here. It's actually not too bad up under there. There's not a lot of buildup of grass that would impede the function of the blade at this point, so I don't think that that's an issue. She has been mowing some wet grass. So I've done nothing other than turn on the fuel tap. As you saw, the air filter was not that bad. So hopefully that's not the only problem, but I'm going to let it run for about 15 minutes. I'm going to check the gas in her gas can to see how that looks, and hopefully it's not a bad coil. That could be why she couldn't get it started, so we're going to see how it goes and let it get good and heated up. That was strange, but I'll give it about 15 minutes. So about 3 minutes in, I believe it's out of gas. So I'm going to add some known fresh fuel. Give this about 15 more minutes to get good and hot. Fresh, ethanol-free. I bought it 2 weeks ago. Okay, I realize this is near on impossible for you to see, but this is the lady's gas can that she had, and very commonly, there is some sediment in there and some gunk, maybe some water. It's hard to tell. I'll empty all that out. But at this time of year, it's very common for folks to fill up their gas can for the first time that's actually got some water and sediment in it from last year, and then they pour that in. So usually about mid-season, I get a lot of bad gas issues during the summer. Mowers that are full of sediment, and this might be it, or it might not, or God forbid, I hope it's just not the fuel tap was off. So as I'm sure you can tell by the background noise, her mower is out running. You know, I'm going to empty that out, and we'll all see what comes out of her gas can. So the other mower's been running for 10 minutes now. It really hasn't missed a beat once I got gas in there, but as you can see, this gasoline does not look very fresh to me, and there's all kinds of like furry, floaty things floating around in there. So my suspicion is she had a old gas can full of junk. She didn't empty it out, and she just put in fresh fuel on top of bad fuel, mixed it all up, and I'm hoping that's the problem. I'm going to let the motor run for a few more minutes. I'll check the carb bowl, and I might have to call this a done deal. So for some comparison purposes, here is what I just cleaned out the other container, and here's what fresh 2-week-old ethanol-free gas looks like. So I'm 99% positive this is just a bad gas issue. But as you can see, it's still running out there. I'm going to turn it off, check, see if it starts again to eliminate a bad ignition coil. All right, this ran for a solid 15 minutes. We're going to fire it up again. If it's a bad ignition coil, it's way hot. It's not going to start. If it starts, I'm going to turn off the fuel tap, let it run dry, and take the bowl off the carburetor and see what's in there. It's not the ignition coil. So I'm nearing the end of this particular saga. About the only thing I have left to do is drain the fuel out of the carb bowl, see how that looks. And I'm going to replace this fuel filter because there was so much trash in the fuel tank. But that's sort of where I'm going to go with this. If you think there's something else wrong here, but I'm about 99% sure that it is just bad fuel. So let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see if it works. I hope to make this lady happy. Well, I've seen a lot worse, so I don't think there's any concerns of what's in the fuel bowl. I'm pretty sure whatever bad stuff is in there has already gone through. Let's get a little bit of that crap off of there. It's a little bit fiddly to get that on working upside down. Pretty snug. Gonna turn the fuel tap back on to see if any fuel leaks from around the bowl. I think we're good there. Fuel tap back off. I am 99.9% sure the problem is bad gas. I've eliminated the coil. I've eliminated the junk in the carb bowl. The only thing I had going for me was that junk that was in that bad gas can. This happens this time of year. A lot of people take that gas can left over from last year. They don't realize there's junk in there, leftover bad gas. They go fill that up. Tanks at gas stations get way, way low. The tanker truck comes and splashes thousands of gallons in and brings up all that sediment from the bottom. I've had a couple of people bring tools to me that are just horribly gunked up with a lot of sediment in their gas tanks. I know that's what it is. But hopefully this video can help save you some time and trouble and energy, maybe even some money. Remember, I'm the lawnmower lady, and as I'm fond of saying, mow happy. Thanks for watching.